Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for July 6th through the 12th, 2020. So before we begin, I'd just like to remind you of this month's special offer for an angel reading with me. You can sign up for my $77 angel reading. That is for a half hour, and you can receive that as a special offer for 1 hour. So that's still continuing through this month. And so if you would like to get an angel reading, feel free to sign up at my website, theangelschool.com, on the services page. So you just go to the service page, you would see the half hour reading for $77, and you would choose that. There's no changes there. But when I send you a confirmation email, I will note or indicate the special offer and that it is for an hour. Okay? And just remember that on the weekends, I'm not working in my office, so you can just, you'll have to wait until the business days for a reply. And also just to be aware that it's 2 weeks, so not this coming week, but the following week, where you may be able to get some appointments, although those are filling up as well. So just be aware of that. So, but in the instructions, the email I send you, the confirmation email, I will send you instructions about what to send to me. Okay? Let's see. I feel like there's something else I'm forgetting. Oh, I also want to remind you too that the July Angel Scope monthly readings for each zodiac sign is posted on my channel. So if you haven't seen them or been aware of them, go to my channel and check those out for your particular zodiac sign. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please do so that you'll be aware of these kinds of things that may be coming out. And don't forget to also like the channel as well. All right, so, and as well, usually we'll be doing the daily card messages on my Facebook page, and now they're posted here on YouTube. So you can find all of that on my channel. All right? So let's take a deep breath. And let's really connect in with our I am presence, your higher self. And I'm seeing Archangel Michael. So he's coming forward for us. And just mentally receive Archangel Michael's assistance and his love, strength, and support. And you might even feel that it starts to get a little heated in your energy. And you may in particular feel Archangel Michael standing near your heart chakra. And so he is clearing your heart chakra. And just breathe with Archangel Michael. And he's coming in to give you confidence about the path that you're on. So it seems as though that we're all feeling a little insecure about a decision that we've made. And this likely has to do, and I'm just seeing all kinds of shoes, like from different parts of the world, from every region. And it seems like worldwide right now that we're all feeling a little bit vulnerable. We are feeling like they're showing me sort of like the pants sort of slipping down and you're trying to pull them up, which means that you feel really caught off guard, and you have some concerns, and you're really trying to, it's almost like it feels like you've been awakened by something. And he writes the word good and better. He's like, something better is going to happen. The decision that you've made is a good one, and that something better is coming as a result of this. And, it has something to do with finances, but he wants you to know that everything in the end result is going to work out just fine for you. Okay? In some cases, it's the perfect or the ideal situation, but you may not be able to see it right now. So it's this idea that when I see the shoes, it's like it's about action steps, that you're taking steps, and possibly it's really about being focused on the actions, and so he's writing to focus on the actions that you're being guided, that you feel, that are instinctual, just to go with those impulses. And he writes, don't judge. Let go of the judgment and keep following those suggestions in your heart. Okay? And I don't know why he wrote the word song. He's writing it bigger. It's almost like your heart is like a song. It's like music. It's like you listen to something and it really inspires you and you love it, and it just changes your energy. You feel really high, and you all of a sudden just feel motivated to just get into something. And it's like you have to follow the song of your heart. And if you follow the song of your heart and don't listen to your ego or anybody else's objections, or don't worry about certain obligations he's even writing. Because this kind of, when you're guided by inspiration, what it does is that it comes in like a song and sort of carries you over that bridge so that you don't get stuck. It kind of keeps your mind occupied so you don't get stuck in all the things and all your fears and all the things that you suppress. So the song in your heart releases you from the oppression and that has been placed on your heart, that you imprison yourself with. And so he wants to give you the courage to know that you're safe. And he's writing the word keys, as if, you have it within your grasp, the keys to open new doors. And you just have to, walk through them. And it's sort of like he's writing the word responsible. It's like, I don't know, but it's the responsibility here. There's a responsibility to also open those doors, just as much as you may feel it's a responsibility for you to worry about whether or not you're doing the right thing or not, and checking out every detail or thinking it through. There's a responsibility to open doors when they've been placed in front of you. Not that the universe is judging you or they're going to close them because you don't go through them, but there's that sense that you should feel that same responsibility to go through those opportunities, open those doors that you've asked for, that you've prayed for. And when they show up, why are we always scared? I mean, we get what we want in some way, shape, or form, and then we just, at that moment, we want to run scared. Okay? So they want you to realize that, that these doors are really opening for you, and that if you want the stagnation to end, you have to walk through them. Think more about walking through the door, and that something will happen, that some kind of progress will ensue, versus just not opening that door and worrying about opening the door and nothing will happen. You'll be in the same place where you'll stagnate, and as you stagnate, another kind of choice will occur. You know what happens when things stagnate, so think about that, right? So they really want you to just release and go through those doors. So, yes, very, very important. And they're indicating the angel number 5. So there's going to be a lot of changes coming forth. So this is what you have been. And also they're saying that once you step through that door, you have a greater sense of the bigger picture. So for some of you, this is the answer to understanding where you're headed. Like you've been feeling guided, but you can't seem to see the bigger picture. You see a detail, and that's the kind of relief that some of you are going to get. You'll finally get the aha. Oh, this is what I'm. This is what this is all meant for me. This is where this urge or this desire, this impulse has been leading me. And sometimes we're led through the dark, but we're led. And we're kept in the dark because what we want, we're not ready for it. And we would feel completely unsafe. That's why we have a lot of anxiety. It's not about you're worried about failing, you're worried about succeeding. You're worried that you're not going to be able to handle or manage what you've asked for, although you knew you needed to ask for it. But we're not always ready or prepared. And so they guide us through the dark so that we would have fewer resistance and really interfere. And so you can only see what's right in front of you in the moment. But for some of you, you're getting ready for the big aha, like, oh, this is what it's for. And when you have that moment, you're going to feel so totally invested in the rest of the journey. And you're going to take over. And when, in a sense that you're going to take over, it means you're ready to make all the choices, that'll lead you there. You are basically merging with the universe at that point, because they're not going to leave you, but you're merging with the universe when you recognize that you and the universe are truly one, that there is no separate mind or heart. Your heart is the heart of the universe, and vice versa, etc. You see what I mean? So, and this is going to be a really wonderful realization for you. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the card for the Archangel Oracle for the week. And we have the Archangel Azrael. So Archangel Azrael's name means whom God helps, okay? And he is often associated with helping, or known for helping souls cross over. So sometimes he's referred to as the angel of death. Right now he's writing the word compassion. And he's also writing the word confession. So, he's writing that, this card is called Counselor. And so Archangel Azrael wants you, first of all, to be compassionate with yourself, okay, at this time. So it's almost as if some of the things that are coming up for you, as you face this challenge of changes and open it up to new possibilities, that certain things sort of come up, certain fears, certain things that have been holding you back. Maybe there's something that you do need to confess to yourself. And what I mean by this, for me, confessing means being honest. Okay? Be honest with yourself. You ever have that moment, like, until you say it, you're not free? You ever had a moment like that? It's like you don't need to say it to everybody else. You just need to say it to yourself. And sometimes it really is in the areas I've found of things like with dealing with a relationship. Like, you say you want a relationship, and you're miserable. And then at one point you realize, if I really wanted a relationship, I would have been in one. And you see where you've been holding yourself back from being in a relationship because you were afraid of being hurt again. And so while you're saying with your lips, I want, in your heart, you're saying, not this time. And you have to confess that in order so that you get on the same page, so that you're no longer a contradiction walking. And it could be the same thing about your career. You have to confess to yourself what it is that you truly desire. Because the thing that you might be aiming for is in contradiction to what you really want. And you've convinced yourself, you've deceived yourself into believing that's what you want to do because it seemed like the quote unquote right thing to do. And so what he's writing is that this week is going to be a time of realignment. And that's going to require a profound amount of compassion, and that you will need to really confess the truth, or else you'll be unable to be clear about what you want. And this is what is causing you to complain a lot. So, wow, he's saying, beware every time you complain. Because complaining is really a waste of energy, meaning that you are using energy to sort of obscure the truth, the reality that you're wanting. So, when you find yourself complaining, what is it that you're using as an excuse? What are you using as an excuse? And there goes for that we need to do that confession. Instead of complaining, confess. Because complaining is a waste of energy, meaning that you are, you're not allowing yourself to be clear. You're making up excuses, and you're putting all of your energy into the excuses that aren't real, but you have to believe that they are. So you end up creating, what you end up doing is sort of start seeing things the way they aren't, so to speak. It's just basically what it is. And so in this way, I get the sense that Archangel Azrael is here to support you, because a lot of you, it's going to be that moment of truth. What's going to follow that is a moment of grief, because you're going to realize the grief you've caused yourself unnecessarily, and you're going to feel bad about that. And that's not necessary either. That's why he's advocating compassion with confession. So just understand that, that's what we do when we're scared. And that's why we need to be compassionate and understanding that. Because if we're compassionate and understanding towards that, then we can heal the need to do that, to deceive ourselves in order to not have to confront the changes that are before us. And changes bring a lot of challenge and conflict. And of course, upheaval. Of course we want to avoid that. That's our human nature, our ego, right? Because we want to be in the know. We have pride. We don't want to feel like this child all over again in, certain stages of our life. We don't want to feel like we're trying to find ourselves and when we're young, we want to pretend like we know everything. And so we never have a moment to really be truthful. And that's because we're too hard on ourselves and not compassionate enough, not understanding enough. And isn't it better to be this way than to complain and then create excuses and then blame, which is also another form of excuses? And this just hardens us, and this hardens our pride, our ego, to really be even harder on us and to work against us. And so that's why we always feel, when we're walking contradiction, we feel a lot of struggling, a lot of hardship when we work this way. All right. So the card says, you are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So this also may be indicating for you in this week that people might be coming to you to work through these things as friends or as in your professional capacities that you may serve with your spiritual tools, your healing tools. So be on the lookout for, people needing assistance, and you may have to set boundaries. And so be aware of that, okay? And so there's that other trigger on the other side, but be compassionate with yourself and understanding with yourself about the need for your boundaries, because you can feel guilty about that as well, all right? They're also writing that they're writing the word bereavement, so that people may be having experiences around this as well. All right, so let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. Okay, so we have some reversals here. So this is the Page of Swords. Now, the pages, I'll just turn it upright for a moment. So they're always looking in this deck to the left, and that gives me a sense that in order to learn, right, you have to kind of take a moment to stop and look at what you've picked up, and then how to move forward. And then there's also that just natural curiosity. The Page of Swords, like the sword suit, they're very intelligent. They are, good scholars. They're all about finding and seeking out the truth. And so with the reversal here, you may be personally working. I'm just looking at this as an internal, the reversal as an internal message. You may be internally now feeling as though you are having to seek out the truth within yourself. And so this just fits right in with what we were talking about, that this is about you confessing, not so much about other people confessing to you, but about you looking within and being really honest with yourself. And this may be, it may feel like a new experience or something long overdue, but this is going to be a process of where you're beginning, and there's a long journey that goes with this. When you start reevaluating, and it's perfect for Mercury retrograde to get everything in alignment, to go inward, to really get the communications clear. So taking that extra step, to really be clear. And so as you go within and you really assess, you want to be compassionate, you want to be understanding, and you also want to be aware that this is going to really, change, a course of direction that you might be going in, or it may alter the path that you're on in some way, and that you got to be a little patient with that. And you want to be, so that means that you really want to look, you want to make sure that the choice that you're making, it's about integrity. You want to make sure that that everything is in lining up with who you really are. You want to make sure that there's nothing that you're suppressing that is, in general, holding you back in some way. Okay? So you may find like that you're playing a little bit of counselor with yourself in this week. Okay, so we got another reversal, and this is the Empress card. And the Empress is typically about, nurturing yourself. So, and just being aware. So it's like this abundance of renewal of energy, of of resources. And what you may want to be looking at is, instead of looking for things to come to you, that you start looking within. So again, as the reversal, looking within and really assessing your gifts. So don't just spend time, tearing yourself down and beating yourself up, but, mine for those attributes and those, the resources within you, seek them out within yourself, highlight them within yourself as you are honest with yourself about what it is that you truly want. Now maybe you're being honest with yourself about what you want to give birth to, what you really want to create and in your life at this time. And so maybe what all of this will lead you to, and I feel like the direction that you want to be looking at is, what do you want to give birth to? Because number 3 is about giving birth or expansion or growth. So what is it that's truly in integrity with you, with your soul, your higher being, that you want to create in the world at this time? And so there you're wanting abundance, you're wanting you're wanting to nurture. So, and you want to nurture something, you want to give birth to something. And what is that? And that's the only way you're going to get there from here to there is by honoring the truth that the page of swords has. So taking that look inward. Okay, instead of examining everyone around you. That's how I'm reading the reversals here, internal, external. So the upright would be the external, looking at it that way. So what is it that you want to give birth to within yourself at this time? Okay, so let's take a look at the card. Okay, got it up, right? For the end of the week, we have the Knight of Swords. So we kind of see here from sort of a little bit of progression, and also that now you're ready to sort of go out there. And with the Knight of Swords, it's like there's, you know how we were talking about that earlier about just open that door. Don't just waste energy thinking and doubting. And the Knight of Swords is sort of known to just sort of dash into something and to just go, because he's very decisive and knows what he wants, and so he just goes for it. Sort of dashes right into what he knows to be true. And so they're writing the word trust. All right, it's a big component here. There's a lot of the Knight of Swords has a lot of trust in his abilities, in his, it's like he can, because they're highly intelligent, like, and with puzzles and things like this, the mind, the pieces, he can see all the pieces come together for him very quickly. Whereas, like, say, think of a Rubik's Cube or something, like, I can never figure that out. But someone like the Knight of Swords would just go right to it. He just sees the patterns in things. He sees sort of the things that will unfold. But he's also, like all the knights, they are going out there carrying out that mission. And so in some way you see yourself now, if you do this process, you'll see your mission, and you'll know exactly what it is that you need to do. So for some of you, we were talking about that, you'll have that bigger picture, and so he kind of gets that bigger picture and just dives right in to do the work. And so there's a sense that you may have more clarity and feel more clear about your decisions, and that you make them, and that this also would indicate that things may pick up speed and things may happen very suddenly. After you work your things out in the beginning of the week, then things just, come together very quickly for you. All right, let's take a look at the card from the bottom of the week. So really what I'm getting here is that this effort that you put into being compassionate and being honest pays off for you. Because, we started off last week, we had the Queen of Swords. So, we almost have the entire court here, and she was all about clearing the clutter, clearing those thoughts, getting rid of the thoughts that aren't focused on what you want to do, where we just let stuff pile up and then we can't figure out anything. So this is really about being honest, being truthful, getting clearing the clutter out of the way. All right, so we have another page here upright, the page of coins. So this is looking at like you're ready to build something. There's an opportunity, maybe a new financial opportunity, or some kind of opportunity coming into your life, and you're looking or you're seeking this opportunity, and this opportunity is coming to you, so that you can improve your life, as Archangel Michael was saying. And he just wrote out the word management, so that you can manage your responsibilities. So you're looking for this kind of help, and you're praying for this help, and maybe you're applying to jobs and things like this, and things aren't working. Maybe you're looking for some new employment, or because of the way that things are right now. And the thing is that everybody's trying to do things the old way. You're just taking out your resume, from the previous time, and you're just shopping it around with a few little tweaks. But the real tweaking needs to be done within, and you really need to be honest and about what you really want, and also be aware of what your heart, who is really you, really wants. This time around, maybe you feel like during this pandemic period that your heart was free from a lot of things, a lot of routines. We were stripped of those routines, and we were set free to experience life as we would from day to day. At least in that time, we had time to no longer avoid our thoughts, and so we had time to really hear, to listen. And now that you've listened, and things are going back to normal, so to speak, you may be panicking, and you're panicking because you're trying to relive the past, when in actuality you want to create a better future. And so once you get honest with yourself, you'll know exactly where you need to be, and those opportunities will begin to come through because you're now in alignment. I mean, this was the abundance of swords is about getting in alignment with your soul's truth, making sure that what you're doing has integrity. And so then those opportunities will show up. So this is what I'm getting, no matter if you're looking for a job or whatever it is that's going on. Once you get in alignment with your truth, once you be honest and go within and be compassionate, then opportunities that you're looking for will show up. The physical manifestations that you're looking for will start to come through. All right? So I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And, don't forget to call on Archangel Azrael in this week to help you with this sort of process that, this self-awareness week that you have, and compassion. And his energy is sort of like an eggshell white color, sort of an eggshell, and it's very soothing. So if you feel like you're getting anxiety as you go along the way, call upon Archangel Azrael to place around you his cloak, his egg white cloak around you, and to help insulate your energy, and just breathe it in so that it goes right into the cells, and you should feel the energy and your anxiety calm down a bit, okay? And so work with that, and also work with Archangel Michael to shield you from negative input and any kind of negativity coming towards you, but you know it's about you, where you choose to focus. So if you focus on the negativity, if you're feeling negativity, it means that you're focused in that negativity. There's a point, a spot, like complaining, that is focusing you there. So what you need to do, instead of stagnating, is to keep writing, because that's stagnating. Listen to your guidance. Take those action steps. You'll feel better, because you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, which gives you a sense of that you're being responsible, which is the word they're writing right now. And that feeling of responsibility that you're handling your business will allow you to feel like you're in alignment. But all of this is based on being honest and clear. That's how all that what I just said will actually work and cause you to not feel anxiety, but hope and excitement. All right, so have a beautiful week, everyone, and God bless you.